Alone doesn't mean lonely. I feel like there's this massive misconception that if you're single, if you keep to yourself, you must be lonely. But that couldn't be further from the truth. When I felt my most loneliest, I was in a relationship, I was going out every weekend, I was in crowded rooms full of people, having conversations, and yet I felt so alone, so empty, and so miserable. I think that there's power in solitude, and that's when I personally get my best ideas, creative inspiration. Like, I enjoy going to the movies by myself, going to concerts, doing things that push me to step outside my comfort zone. And it's not to say I don't love doing things with my friends, but there's a fine line and there's a balance between always having people around versus being comfortable in your own skin. You don't need external validation to pat you on the back and say that you're doing a good job. You don't need to distract yourself from your life because you're living in it. You're not running away from your thoughts, from your fears. You're tackling them head on. You become more aware of how you show up and who you want in your life because you're comfortable being by yourself. Anyone who comes into your life only adds value. You're not going to tolerate shitty behavior just because you don't want to be alone. And there's so much power within that. Don't be afraid to do things alone. That is where you'll find the depth of your truth. You'll really get to know yourself on such a deeper level. So what are some things that you've been putting off because you haven't had anyone to go with? Try doing something by yourself, even if it's something small, like getting a coffee and sitting in the cafe by yourself. You will be amazed how much self-confidence and self-trust you start to build when you get more comfortable doing things by yourself. If you like this content, follow for more.